The meta of Overwatch has just recently been shook up. Not because of the new things that were buffed and debuffed, especially with tanks being a little bit on the harsher side of things, but mostly because of Sombra's release. Sombra has single-handedly shooken up a lot of the game sense that will come to a player when trying to learn Overwatch. Not only do they have to worry about some other things, but they also have to worry about what are they going to do when their abilities are unusable now. So instead of trying to talk about what would you have to look out for every single player against the Sombra, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video talking about just Junkrat. So this video is just going to be going over the certain things that Sombra can affect a Junkrat player, and certain things that you would have to do in order to counteract things you have to look out for as a Junkrat player. The first thing I want to discuss is what would happen if you do get hacked by a Sombra player. What are the things that at a basic level will you have to think about when you are hacked? So, as for any character that gets hacked by Sombra, they will not be able to use their abilities, and they won't be able to use their ultimate for whatever time it is. I'm not exactly sure. But when you are hacked as a Junkrat, the only thing that you're going to be able to use to really dish out that damage is the grenade launcher, which, you know, using that grenade launcher is not really a bad trade-off. It does plenty of damage by itself if you can land those shots. But you have to know, you have to be ready and prepared to rely on those shots only. And this kind of goes into the thing of being able to predict with Junkrat in the first place. So, you know, be prepared if you do get hacked, that you will most likely have to rely on your grenade launcher. Again, against a Sombra 1v1, 2 grenade launchers will kill her. She's an attack hero, but going against other things, it might limit you, especially with your ability to escape with a concussion or grenade or blow things away with it. So keep that in mind when you are hacked. Jumping into the abilities, I want to talk about the trap. Now, if you place down a trap and you are hacked by a Sombra, you don't have to worry about that trap because that trap will still be active. If someone walks over that trap, they will still be caught in it. So you don't have to worry about it not activating or people just walking over it. It will not undergo the effects of a Sombra hack once you've placed it. And that still is the case because it can't be affected by Sombra at all unless she, steps in it or destroys it like any other player could. It's unhackable. You can't hack the trap at all. The only thing that Sombra can do is just to hack you from being able to place it or destroy it entirely. If you place it down and she hacks you and she steps in it, well, good game, Sombra. You have just got the upper hand. The second ability I want to talk about is the concussion grenade. I might refer to it as the sticky bomb, but that would be my own mistake. So basically, you of course can't use it while you are hacked, but this is a prime example of why I want to do these videos once these changes have gone live and not on the PTR. I believe that on the PTR there might have been a problem with the sticky thing, that you could activate it while you are hacked. If you place down a sticky bomb and are hacked, you can't activate it. You are not able to right-click to explode it. The sticky bomb itself will still stay there, but it will not be detonated. You will not be able to detonate it until the hack is gone. Again, the concussion grenade itself is not hackable, but you have to keep that in mind. So if you throw a concussion grenade out at a Sombra that's about to hack you, you better time that perfectly to use that concussion grenade before you are hacked, because it becomes basically useless once you're hacked. The last ability I'm going to talk about is Junkrat's passive ability, Total Mayhem. If you don't know what Total Mayhem does, it basically is like, if you get killed, you drop a bunch of grenades that can do a bunch of damage. Most classes will be killed by this, and some can survive it. I don't remember how much it does. It probably does about 300 damage. So all the tanks can survive it, and some of the defensive heroes can survive the blast from every single one of them. But, you know, I thought about this and what would happen if you were hacked. Would this ability still work, or would all passive abilities still be in effect? Now, apparently, it is usable. So if you are hacked and you get killed, you will still drop the bombs and they will still do damage. So it seems that these passive abilities that most of these classes have will still work. And they will be mostly usable. There might be a couple of exceptions, but, you know, they will mostly still be in effect. So keep that in mind. Maybe, like, just throw yourself if you're just hacked and you have nothing else left to do. It's extra info that really doesn't matter. Now for Junkrat's ultimate. And this one actually kind of surprised me a little bit, because I would have assumed opposite of what actually happened. So, as usual, you can't activate the ultimate when hacked. But if you use the ultimate and then are hacked, the ultimate is still there and still detonatable and still usable. There's nothing that can stop a tire except for bullets once it is activated. So if a Sombra comes at you and you use your ultimate, the only thing that she's gonna do is maybe shoot you, kill you, and maybe shoot your tire. But you have that knowledge that even if you are hacked, you're not going to lose that tire. And the tire itself, again, is not hackable. So the tire is largely non-affected. No effect has been given to, like, the Junkrat's ult. So I was expecting it to do the opposite, where the ult was hackable, or that once you are hacked by Sombra, the ultimate would be destroyed. Something along those lines. But it's nice to know that it wasn't that bad for Junkrat. And the last thing I want to talk about is something on the Sombra side of things, and something that actually a Sombra player would have to look out for, and that is traps. Now, I wanted to test it and to see if it was true, and an invisible Sombra can be trapped by traps, and she will be revealed. So, if you are a Sombra player, watch out for those traps, because once you get trapped in those, you're basically dead. You've lost all of your secretive abilities. You can, like, shoot stuff, and you're basically just dead weight now. If you're a Junkrat, place these traps in places that Sombras are hiding, maybe, or running around in. Maybe try to put something behind you to make sure that the Sombra doesn't come up, and so that you can stop a Sombra from assaulting your healers, or maybe assaulting you, or something else that's essential. Maybe hacking one of your essential classes that are causing problems for the other team. But, you know, it's nice to know that it actually would work, and I couldn't imagine it, like, being the opposite way. That as if you could be able to walk through a trap as an invisible Sombra. That actually seems kind of stupid to think about it now. And I do believe that is all the things that I have to test in the Junkrat versus Sombra category. There might be something I missed, and if I did miss something, I don't think I did, please comment below, tell me something, and I might add that on to another video at some point. And maybe make a special edit of this video to add this specific test to it. But, you know, do keep in mind that this was all tested during the release update of Sombra, and everything that was released at that point. At any point, this stuff can change. In particular, the ability to hack the traps and stuff to, you know, disable them. And stuff like that. That could be changed at some point. It's kind of an iffy change. It really doesn't really make much sense, because why waste a hack when you can just shoot it? But, you know, just keep in mind that these answers are from the first Sombra patch that happened, which was the initial update. So, thank you all so much for watching. This has been HR Prime. Thanks for your time. God bless. Happy gaming. Watch out for those Sombras.